I'm at the high school. I don't know. I'm at the high school, and there's a really bad wreck here, and I think someone's dead.
I think the biggest impact is knowing that, like, we were a part of it. Like, we're in the drunk driving car, and we had the ability to say no and stop it, and we didn't. And somebody ends up dying because of it in the skit, which is something that we could have prevented by just saying no, like, I'll call somebody or I can drive. That stuff happens after prom and graduation, and you can prevent it.
I think that we get caught up in prom night and graduation night because it's supposed to be the moments that we remember forever. Like, this is our senior prom and we should be having so much fun, but life goes on after that night. Like, you're gonna wake up the next morning, and if you do something like that, you'll have to live with the consequences the rest of your life. You won't have a do-over. This is such a serious topic, and I know that we've all been really nervous to come out here and do this because it's something that makes us very vulnerable. We're gonna be out there and be extremely vulnerable to all of our peers and to everyone who's gonna be watching the videos in the future. But we're doing it for the specific reason of that we could be helping someone. Like, this could make somebody realize that they're gonna go on in moments in their future and they might look back at this and remember and be like, oh my gosh, that happened and they were trying to warn us. And we shouldn't be doing things like that. I could be helping someone make a decision where they choose not to be drunk driving or choose not to be texting and driving or driving without a seatbelt or any of that.
Or just to not be in a car when somebody's doing that.
I love that we're able to use students because I feel like they treat it as improv, but once they're in there, they don't know how it's going to go until they're. A lot of them would ask us beforehand, what do you want me to say? How do you want me to act? I'm like, whatever comes natural, because you're going to feel it, because it's going to feel very real. And so for the audience members, even myself, being a person knowing what's coming and having seen a couple before, it's always emotional because these are kids we're talking about. These are kids that are walking the hallways. Our community has been impacted by accidents in the years past, and we felt that ripple effect. And so we want to do everything we can to maybe prevent anything further from happening.
Yeah, save a life, even if it isn't somebody that gets killed, seriously injured or just having that traumatic experience altogether. Anything we can do, we would like to reduce traffic crashes, traffic fatalities, especially down to zero if we could.
About 50% of the time I have to step away and sometimes pull myself out. It can get pretty realistic, especially for someone in my position, because in order to be able to do a lot of what we do, I spend a lot of time at real crash scenes. I spend a lot of time on ambulances and fire trucks and police cars and helicopters going to these things and seeing them firsthand. So there's often a lot of memories and a lot of reality that's in these situations. Really the goal with a program like this is to just bring a tiny bit of reality to the situation, to help these students kind of see firsthand what happens when bad decisions are made behind the wheel. And if they're able to see this in a simulated environment where there's counselors, where we get to talk about it afterwards, where there's no real pain, where there's no real loss, it really gives us an opportunity to reach kids in a way that no one else can.